Okay, so I have already taken this table from a crappy little coffee table with glass on the top of it, and crappy stain, and I've already transformed it. As you can see, you'll see the rest in another video that I will post of the entire process, but I figured to post a couple things about exactly how I'm going to put the polyurethane on. I took this table and I took it apart and I sanded it down completely of all of the stain that's on it. And, oh, sorry, to start off, I wanted to make a puzzle table. A table that, I have cats and a dog, and a table that I could do a puzzle on, but then put something over it, and that way cats, dogs, people, anything won't be able to lose all the pieces. And then take the glass off when I want to redo the puzzle. So I came up with the idea, between me and my beautiful lady, came up with the idea of taking a glass coffee table, taking the glass out, putting wood underneath it, staining that wood, painting the whole table, of course, refurbishing it, and then put the glass back on, and that way the glass would cover the puzzle. So it's a really cool idea. I've used all products from Home Depot, whether it be the Worcester paint brushes to the, what's this one called here? Varathane Ultimate Polyurethane, which is what I'm putting on today. I got some Jacobine, I think is what it's called, stain. And that's the color stain I used down on there and there. And you'll see more of that in a video that I'm going to make of the whole process. And then I used Rust-Oleum chalk white paint. My lady loves farmhouse style, so everything's going to be farmhouse. And it's taken me about 3 days, just a little bit, a couple hours each day of doing it because I'm waiting for drying times and whatnot. But now I'm in the front yard. Really important, you don't want to do it in direct sunlight when you're putting on Varathane or any polyurethane, any paint for that matter. You don't want to do it in direct sunlight. And also, you want to make sure there's no breeze going because you don't want to shit the blow in there. And today is not really a breezy day at all, so I got lucky. So I'm out here in my front yard. I don't have a garage that I can do this in. My garage is currently full of motorcycles, which you'll see in another video, I'm sure. So I'm gonna start. This is essentially my first video of how-to kind of stuff. And I'm gonna set you up here against the crystal geyser bottle and talk to you and apply some shit. So here we go. There we go. Let's see how that works. Huh, perfect. There it is, by the way. This is a Worcester, I don't know if you can read it. It's a Worcester Pro White China Bristle Brush. It's for oil, paints, and polyurethanes specifically. The reason is because normal brushes that have what they call the exploded tip, basically one bristle explodes into like 3 at the very end. And what happens there is it'll create air bubbles on your finish. So definitely want to prevent that. And this polyurethane you can actually use on everything, like paint, stain, the whole deal. Just want a little bit, and really important, you don't want to like brush it on the side of the can because that can create air bubbles also. So you just dip it in, you let it get its little finish here, and good strokes. You want to work to about 6-8 inches at a time. Overlapping. I know this because of Google. If you're like me and you like doing stuff yourself, then Google and YouTube are how you learn how to do a lot of stuff. I got creeping neighbors. A little bit about me that you guys all don't know yet because I'm new to the videos is I am a resident manager of a transitional house for men. We get the guys from our local homeless shelter, and then we get them in this house. Rent is essentially a little participation fee. It's super cheap. It's about $350, and that includes everything, and except for food. But they can stay here for a few years, get back on their feet. They just got to stay sober. And if they screw up, we don't just kick them out right away. You know, we work with them. People are human. So that's what we do. That's where I'm at. And then I live next door to the house that I manage. And the house I live in is also guys from the shelter. But it's not necessarily a sober house. It is a what they call permanent supportive housing. So that one's a little more expensive, but you can come and go as you please. There's no curfew, that kind of thing. Right now I'm just doing the wood first, the stained wood. Careful not to put too much on your brush, because then you just get it gloppy and you spend all this time spreading it all out. I just get a little bit at a time. Again, make sure you don't want to rub it on the edge of the can to get some of it off. Just let it drip off. Edge of the can will what? Cause air bubbles. So, I'm going to ask that while I do this, I know I'm not live, but while I do this, I'm going to be reading my comments section. Tell me a little bit about yourselves. Anybody that's subscribing, anybody that is watching. You don't have to, I'm not going to be the whore that is always begging you to subscribe. If you want to, do it. If you don't, don't. But anyway, tell me about yourself. What do you like? I'll tell you about myself. Obviously, you already know where I work and where I live, but it's here. And I also, I'm way into sprint car racing on dirt. Big winged sprint cars with drivers that have a couple screws loose that race around anything from a quarter-mile dirt track to a half-mile to go to New York, Syracuse, you get a full mile. And I enjoy it more than anything. The only thing I love more is my women. So that's basically all I do. I mean, I fish, camp. We recently bought some kayaks, go kayaking. I also recently bought a boat that I haven't taken out yet, but I will. And I like basically anything and everything that has to do with the outdoors. Whether it's boating, fishing. I love riding motorcycles. I have 2 of them. Well, me and my lady each have one, but I have 2 of them. Tell me about yourself in the comments section. If there's something that we have in common, let me know. If the craziest comment in the comment section will get a special prize from me. Let's see what you guys can come up with. And I want it true. Don't just come up with something crazy. Come up with something real. Something crazy about yourself that nobody else has on you. So I've already got a little bit of glopping, which means I used too much. I can admit it. There we go. So then after this, I bought 320 grit. They say 250, but I want to go like real super fine. I bought that. So once it dries, by the end of the day, I'm going to sand the whole thing down and then redo it again. So I'm going to get to doing this, and I'll show you guys more of the finished product when I'm done.